Today in this video, we're going to cover the 5 tips that you need to be doing as an agent to win a multiple offer scenario. What's going on, everybody? Kyle Powers here with the Elevated Realtors. Again, thank you so much for checking out our channel. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. First thing on our list is going to be offer a higher price. Now, I know you're sitting there saying, yeah, duh, Kyle, we know all that stuff. That's fine, but here's the thing with that. When you come in and just offer $100,000 over asking, or offer whatever it may be, $10,000, $20,000 over asking price, that's great, but you're potentially going to leave a lot of money on the table. So what I would recommend you look at doing, and if you do have questions about it, go ahead and drop it in the comments below. But if you do have questions about it, what I would do, or what I would recommend, is do what's called an escalation clause. These really became big in 2020, 21. That really what you're doing is you're saying, let's just, for easy math, let's just say that the list price is 150, okay, or 200. Let's just do 200,000, okay. So your list price is $200,000, but you think it's worth X amount, and your client thinks it's worth X amount, but you don't necessarily want to come in and say, I'm going to offer $230,000. What you want to do is you say, okay, we will escalate our offer, and it will go up by $1,000 or $500 for $1,000 above every other offer that's out there, not to exceed $230,000. So what that means is that if you have an offer, if they have an offer that comes in, you come in at 200 and with an escalation clause, somebody else comes in at 215, you're not leaving $30,000 or $15,000 on the table. What you're actually doing is your escalation clause puts you in at 216, $1,000 above the next highest offer, and allows you to save your client a little bit of money. So you're saving $14,000 for your client and having that opportunity to do that. So number one is offering a higher price. Second thing on our list is going to be having that pre-approval letter done, having that proof of funds, whatever that looks like for you, having that out there, that you have somebody that has actually done the background checks on you and done for your buyer and looked at their finances, and making sure that you have a true pre-approval and making sure that that's out there. Because if you come out there and just willy-nilly throw out offers, number one, you're going to get known as the agent that doesn't follow through with things. You never want that. Number two is you don't know if you're going to be able to put that deal together or not. You don't want to have that reputation. One of the things that I've done in my career is made sure that I've got a solid pre-approval, solid pre-qualification letter, and I will not and refuse to write an offer unless I have a pre-approval, pre-qualification, or a proof of funds in hand, because you never know. You never know what's going on, and make sure it's up to date too, because one of the biggest things that you need to, as an agent, is you need to do your due diligence for your client and make sure that they're doing that, and make sure that you're not getting embarrassed and that they're not getting embarrassed. So number two is having that pre-approval. Number three is one I don't always recommend, but I know in some of the bigger markets, they do this a lot. But number three is waiving contingencies. So you can do an appraisal gap, you can waive all your inspections, that you don't have to do those things. I say that hesitantly because you don't necessarily, if your client is green as green can be and doesn't know anything about fixing a house or helping out or doing any of that stuff, you don't necessarily want to say, yeah, let's go ahead and waive everything. We don't want to do any of that. No, you want to protect them. So the way that I always do this is, sure, okay, let's waive the inspections or waive the right to negotiate after that point. But what you can do is just reserve the right to cancel the contract after and get your earnest money back. And that still allows you to do your inspections without having to have that opportunity to not renegotiate. So then it's just cancel or not. I'll tell you this too, typically what I find is no sales ever as is. You can't sit there and tell me that seller's coming in and saying, no, if I've got $500 that's gonna hold up the sale, nah, I'm not doing it. We'll figure something else. We'll go find somebody else. Doesn't happen that often because they're looking at your closing in 15 days versus 45 days. So being aware of that one is something to look at, but waiving those contingencies can help, but do it carefully. And if you have questions or anything about that, put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your input on it too. We do have more on the list, but I do want to say right now, if you guys do enjoy this content, first off, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that little bell so you get notified of any future content, and give us that like because it does help us grow the channel. Without further ado, we'll keep going. Fourth thing on our list is going to be flexible with your closing dates. Don't be hard set on what day that is anymore in today's day and age. partner up with a short-term rental person. Okay, let's say that your buyer is military, which we have a lot of in our town. Let's say that we are getting here on February 20th and we need to have a house to live in and blah, 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 blah. There are so many short-term rentals out there anymore that you can probably find them something that they can live in or stay in for a short amount of time and not lock them into a longer lease. But be flexible with what your closing dates are, because if you're not, you're going to lose out on some good houses, some good opportunities for people that you really don't necessarily, won't necessarily find that for the next one. So talk with your clients, make sure that they can be flexible with their closing dates. Again, I get it. People have certain deadlines and things, but being clear and having that clear picture of what you need and what your needs are is going to be very important for you. So having those flexible closing dates is number 4. Number 5 on our list is submitting a personal letter. There's a lot of different opinions out there and things there. I will tell you, I've had this happen. I don't do this a lot, especially when things are moving quick as far as that goes. And I also kind of have an idea who that seller is. So if you submit that personal letter and tell your clients to write it, I never change it. If they write a letter, I never change the letter. I never do anything different. Like, I don't edit it or do anything there. It needs to come straight from them. But write a letter about, I can see myself having them write a letter about seeing their kids being raised in this home, being able to take care of this home as well as they have, and really just kind of pump that seller up a little bit. I'm not saying it always works, but it is a good opportunity for your client to look like a human, essentially, and not just a number and a name on a piece of paper. So it personalizes a little bit and gives you sometimes a leg up on things. As always, I appreciate you guys checking out this channel. If you do have questions about buyer's agency, seller's agency, or anything else related to real estate, my business partner and I, we work on this channel and we want to help you as an agent become better, become stronger, and make sure that we are raising the real estate industry as a whole to make sure that we are able to provide to our clients and make sure that we have that, raising that bar for people there. So if you have any questions about that, please reach out to me. I would love to talk with you about it. And if you have questions about partnering with us at EXP or any questions along those lines, always reach out to me. And again, if you have anything that you want to hear about next, go ahead and put it in the comments below. But again, my cell phone number is 785-477-5485. My email is kyle@homesforsalemhk.com. And as always, I do appreciate you guys checking out these videos. So we'll see you on the next one.